Please subscribe to my channel to help me grow. The vibration of my phone at 4 a.m. felt like someone had pressed a live wire straight against my spine. I shot up in bed, heart ricocheting inside my chest. The screen glowed in the dark, lighting the room with an eerie bluish hue. One new message. An unknown number. She's not with friends. You should come get her. For a moment, I couldn't even breathe. My mind flooded with static. She had told me she was out with her friends, celebrating someone's birthday, said they might stay late. I had kissed her cheek at the door, told her to have fun, pretending I didn't notice how her smile didn't reach her eyes. I stared at the text again, hoping it would dissolve. It didn't. My chest tightened in a slow, crushing vice. I called the number. No answer. The silence on the other end felt like a verdict. I dressed with hands that wouldn't stop shaking. My keys slipped from my fingers twice before I got them into the ignition. As I drove through the sleeping city, fog clung to the roads, wrapping everything in a muted, ghostly stillness. The radio stayed off. My thoughts were loud enough. What if this was nothing? A prank? A mistake? What if she really was safe, really was with friends, laughing and dancing under neon lights? But another part of me whispered the truth I'd been avoiding for months. The late nights. The sudden phone locking. The way she pulled away when I touched her shoulder. The smile she gave to someone on her screen that she never gave me anymore. I arrived at the address that accompanied the message, a dimly lit motel with flickering yellow signage, the kind of place people went to hide. My stomach dropped. I walked toward the door number written in the text, each step slower than the last, as if my body were trying to protect me from what was coming. The hallway smelled like cheap disinfectant and old carpet. A TV murmured behind one of the closed doors. When I reached her door, I didn't knock at first. I pressed my ear against the wood. Soft voices. Muffled. A man's voice. Then her laugh, the laugh I hadn't heard from her in months. My vision blurred. It felt like a hand had closed around my throat. I finally knocked. Hard. There was a pause on the other side. Then hurried whispers. A soft thud. The sound of someone scrambling. When the door cracked open, she appeared, wrapped in nothing but a blanket, hair tangled, eyes wide like a deer caught between headlights. "Why are you here?" she asked, voice quivering. I held up my phone. Someone texted me. Her face crumpled, but it wasn't guilt that showed first. It was fear, the fear of being seen, being caught, being unmasked. "Is he here?" I forced the words out. She didn't answer. She just stepped aside. In the room, a man was sitting on the edge of the bed, shirtless, barefoot, staring down at the floor like a child caught stealing. My chest hollowed out. "How long?" She wrapped her arms around herself. I didn't mean for it to go this far. That wasn't my question. Her silence answered everything I didn't want to know. The man finally spoke, voice barely above a whisper. "She told me you were on a break." My jaw clenched. We weren't. She sank onto the bed as if her bones had given way. "I was lonely," she said. "We barely talked anymore. I felt invisible. I didn't know how to tell you." I felt my anger flare, hot and acidic, but underneath it something worse burned, understanding. We had grown distant. We had stopped trying. But cheating wasn't accidental. It was a choice, and she had made it over and over. "I would have tried," I said, voice cracking. "You didn't even give me that chance." She finally looked at me, eyes dripping with a guilt that came far too late. "I'm sorry." Maybe she meant it. Maybe she didn't. It didn't matter anymore. I inhaled deeply, letting the weight of the moment settle into my bones. Then I stepped back from the door, feeling something within me quietly break and then settle. "You won't see me again," I said. Her face twisted with panic, but I turned away before she could speak. I walked down the hallway, out of the stale air, into the cold morning breeze. Dawn was rising, soft pink coloring the sky, carrying the strange calm that comes after destruction. As I reached my car, I realized something painful but true. She hadn't just broken my trust. She had freed me from a love that had already been dying. And for the first time in months, I could finally breathe.